Here we are back again in the Cataclysm, and there will be dark days ahead. Unfortunately, our old world is gone. There is no more Quail Valley, no worlds left. That's good and bad. It is to be expected, however, since it is the end of days. It is good because this is a brand new version. Let's go through the options right quick. We are using safe mode, autosave mode, which will stop us moving if we spot any enemies. We are auto-saving occasionally. I like the auto notes, so I got them active. I don't auto pick up stuff, because that would be a nuisance, and I just prefer old-timey distances to circular distances. It's just a personal preference. I do not drop empty containers because I am somewhat of a hoarder and they can be used in crafting. And we don't want safe mode while we're driving, because if something attacks us, we'll run it over. We're using proper 24-hour time format. We are auto-shifting the view while driving. It's very useful because you can drive pretty fast and it helps you look further ahead. We do not force capital letters in yes/no prompts. We are showing the mouse cursor, it's right over here, see? We are offsetting somewhat. We're querying on disassembly and stuff because we want to be sure we want to do that. I'm using a wider sidebar style. It's the old-timey sidebar style. I like that to the narrower one. I'm snapping to target when firing or throwing. It makes it easier to hit things far away. We are using proper Celsius and kilometers and kilograms, like real proper people. And we're using vehicle menus of different types. Animations on, we're not full screen. It says music volume. I've never heard any music, if there is any music, so. And window size. Not using tile sets yet. Might try some out. Debug. I hate skill rust, so I tend to switch that off. I don't know, I might consider something like int or int cap, but we'll go for off for now. World default things. I don't want a surrounded start. That would just mean as soon as you start you have to run for your life and hope you live. It'll probably make for pretty short games, so. Size of cities, I like them larger. I tend to go for 5 or 6. I've done up towards 8 and stuff, so let's leave it on 5. And let's see, region type, I don't think there's anything else there. We're not gonna delete the world, we might wanna reuse it. Starting in spring at 8 AM. Normal stuff, normal spawn for items and the monsters. Mutations, of course. I've switched by default the NPCs are off. They're supposed to work better, and I've played around a bit with them. Could be interesting to give it a shot in the future, possibly. Season length 20. Wandering spawns. It's a kind of zombie hordes wandering around. Could be interesting, but I think we're gonna skip that. We're gonna go for this. And we're gonna make a world with no mods. Just plain Battle Mountain. That's the perfectest name ever. We are living in Battle Mountain. That's very suitable. That's the basic of setting up the world. It's pretty quick. Now the less quick part comes. We need to create a character. Who will we help survive in the apocalypse? I think actually we're not gonna we're gonna go return here, and maybe we'll just do this. We'll just do random character. Here, Larian. A male clown. Well, that's fun. He's a gourmand with tough feet. He hates fruit, has a fast metabolism, so we need to eat more. Bad temper, so we'll have a bad temper. He's really intelligent and really dexterous, not very strong. We could check through, and we got some starting skills, that's nice. Rifles, melee, first aid, cutting weapons, and driving. As a clown, we'll start with some briefs, a compressed air horn, which is something we should definitely never use. A pair of clown shoes and a clown suit. And here's the traits. Gourmand means we can eat pretty much anything, and we can eat and drink more. And delicious food helps our morale. And unsavory meals are okay still. Or less bad at least. Tough feet means we get no movement penalty for not wearing shoes, which might be good. I've never seen or tried out the where are they? There, the clown shoes. But I'm gonna guess they're not the best to walk around in. Strength determines our hit points, carry weight, and melee damage, and it's low. So we might have to rely on ranged, which is good because we got throwing bonus from our high dexterity and a lower ranged penalty from our perception. It's normally 8. Intelligence means we'll read things faster. We'll go with Larian for a first attempt. I have no idea if this will go good or bad, you never do. I am finished. Let's see where we start out. We're starting out in a evac shelter. First thing we do, we'll check the map, bring it up with the trusty old M key. We got stuff, we got a FEMA camp down here. It will be covered in zombies. So we're probably not gonna go there. There's a couple of grocery stores down here. Along with a crater, another crater, and a third crater. 2 churches right next to each other. Couple of pump stations. There's a science lab up here. Another evac shelter there. Down here we got a cathedral. Subway station. Let's go through all these F's here. All these F, that's forest. And these are roads, the grey lines. These light grey angles are houses. The angle points in the direction of the front of the house. I believe the G is a gardening supply store, which could be good. We might be able to find seeds there. I think this is a radio station, not very useful. We got a library here, we can find good books there. This should be an electronics store and a pizza parlor. We got an arcade up here, I think, yeah. This is a garage. We might find vehicles or vehicle components. We got a restaurant across the street there. Another grocery store there. Another radio station and a hardware store. They could be useful, but they're right next to a park which will be infested with zombie children. More radio stations and a bank. You can find stuff like cash money and gold bars and all kinds of weird stuff there. That's completely useless because the society is destroyed. Get a liquor store, could be useful in case we want to get drunk. A fitness gym in case we want to get fit, and a gun store in case we want to get, well, shooting. There's some nice stuff here, but it's also a city, so there's gonna be a million zombies. We're not gonna go to the FEMA camp anytime soon. There can be some half-decent stuff there, but there's also a lot of half-decent zombies. Let's check the basement for anything useful. Anything at all. Anything. Oh, we found something. A pair of shorts. Khaki shorts. They fit me perfectly, which means there is less encumberment. And they do have 4 storage. We do already have 13 storage, though. But we'll pick those up. I suspect the 13 storage comes from our clown suit, which has a lot of big pockets, I'm guessing. Let's check out these clown shoes. Gigantic shoes fit for clown. Incredibly difficult to walk in. Thank you. Yeah. Encumberment 6 and they cover the feet. What does this mean? Let's check our character sheet. Encumberment on the feet. Running costs 30 extra movement points, so we're slow. We're very slow. We don't want to go out with those things on if we can help it. Ooh, one tin can of beans. You see here 2 tin cans of beans, it says. I only found 1. You're lying to me. Oh, I have really bad eyesight. A roll mat, that's useful. You roll it down on the ground and you sleep on it, basically. I see here 2 tactical baton defense manuals. I think there might be a bug. Because there's only 1 here, so it seems we got a bug. And this is an informative guide to self-defense. So I'm guessing this might teach me something about blunt weapons or something. What do we have here? Some condensed milk. Useful. It's food. Food is always good. That's the basement. Now, what do we do here? I think we want to try and take off our clown shoes. We'll drop them on the floor. We'll wear the khaki shorts, I guess, over our clown suit. And now we're wielding a pair of clown shoes. They're probably not very good weapons, but we'll give it a go. So let's plan what we're gonna do a bit. We need to exit the shelter and see how many zombies are around us, because we were very close to the city. And then we'll probably head out into this area, this open area and this forest, and see if we can find anything useful. We might try to make our way up towards this shelter and these outlying houses here to scavenge some. I would like to find a nice place to live. It's generally kind of nice to stay in the shelter, but both of these shelters are very close to the city and I'm a bit afraid of zombies. Let's open up the back door here. No one here, okay, good. So we got a rock right here, we got some shrubs, some poppy flowers, some other flowers, it's a dahlia. Over here we got a heavy stick, and here's some small trees and some bigger trees. It's the edge of the forest there. And here's a skeleton, which is probably gonna kill us straight away. There's southeast, we're moving away. And this is of course the road. With its yellow center line. So let's just run away casually, don't mind us. Let's pick up some strawberries and we'll eat them immediately. Oh no, that's right. Oh, I don't want to sleep, I want to push the right button. We hate fruit, we will get nauseous if we eat fruit, so that's fun. We could still, we can still pick up strawberries and do something else with them, like throw them at zombies, but What do we have here? This is a crash site. It's a metal wreckage. Not sure what crashed. I think it's probably an airplane or a helicopter. Generally military. So first thing we do is let's survey this slightly. We'll hit the capital V and we'll see everything in our vicinity. There's an army helmet, that's useful. There's some more army helmets. Binoculars, very useful. Backpack, extremely useful. Military rucksack, even more useful. There's some kind of rocket launcher, I believe. Yeah, no, it's a grenade launcher. There's a black box, which makes me think this is some kind of flying thing. Binoculars, very useful. We're gonna we'll find this helmet. It's up there. This is really good. Let's see, a lighter. We need a lighter. Can now make fire fairly easy. Binoculars will help us explore. We'll pick up the army helmet. Binoculars makes the area on the world map that we discover, that we uncover when we move around, bigger. It usually is. And you only need to carry it around with you. Let's see, we can look at it here. A tool useful for seeing long distances. Simply carrying this item in your inventory would double the distance that is mapped around you during your travels. Extremely useful. This, we will wear our army helmet. It'll give us some protection in case a zombie shows up and tries to bite our head, which is extremely common actually. And we'll just toss that strobe on the ground there because it's useless. Let's see, this is the advanced inventory. You can see here we're currently looking at the center square, that's the square we're standing on, and here's our inventory. We can switch with the arrow keys and sort with the S key. I like to keep these categories sorted. So we can then switch the left side here to see what's around us. So there's a steel chain and a plastic bottle of water. We're gonna pick up that water bottle. It's actually kind of hard finding water, because at least clean water. Here's a prisoner jumpsuit. Well, similar to a prisoner jumpsuit. And it fits me perfectly. I'm actually gonna pick this up and wear it, I think, because I would prefer. Now, yeah, hang on. That's I know I'm a clown by profession, and I probably went to clown college. But to be honest, I don't consider myself a clown anymore. I consider myself a survivor. And I don't think this is actually bad. Let's see, bash protection 4 and cut protection 4. It does have encumberment 2 though. Let's compare that to the jumpsuit we just got. It has no encumberment, same protection, slightly less storage, but we had a bunch of backpacks. So yeah, this jumpsuit is a lot better than the clown suit. So we'll take the clown suit off and we'll actually drop it on the ground. I'm not sure where our... Ooh, MRE, meal ready to eat. We can't actually carry it though. MBR vest, modular bullet resistant vest with ceramic plates. It would give us a lot of protection. You can see bash 15, cut 35, covering the torso, but it's also quite encumbering and quite heavy. So I don't think that's something we want to carry around with us. The encumberment on the torso will hurt your melee combat ability. Chewing tobacco. And currently we don't have any firearms. Let's just do the smart thing and use this. The military rucksack is in here. We have to walk over the metal wreckage, and somehow I cut my mouth on the metal wreckage. What am I doing crawling over the ground? Let's pick up... Ooh. Nice, a military rucksack. And this launcher. We're gonna pick it up. We don't have any 40mm grenades, but we might find some. We'll put on the rucksack. What do we have around us? A firearm repair kit could be useful. The water steel frame. Now the question is, I think if we're gonna... We have to watch our weight. If we pick up this MBR vest with hard plates, we'll actually be over our weight limit because we're very weak. Do we want chewing tobacco? I don't think so. There's mint flavored chewing tobacco. Huh. You know what? We don't need chewing tobacco or a military black box or a random rock. What do we need? Improved iron sights. That's a weapon modification that could be useful. Some bandages, always useful. Don't need any steel plating. Another lighter wouldn't hurt. Some signal flares, why not? Don't need another backpack. We are gonna get problems with weight before we get problems with volume we can carry. And we got a fit armor helmet on ourselves already. What are you? You're the clown suit. We're gonna leave you. Let's see. Yeah, we had this MRE. Were there anything else useful? Don't think so. Let's fetch the MRE straight away. Well, we're actually also going, I think, to make a note right here. We'll try to not step on the thing anymore. Oh, I said stepping on the thing. We'll put here a note that there's a wreckage right there. So we'll remember in the future. Because there are some things that could be useful here. We got the hard plating and we got the MBR vests, steel frames, steel plating. This kind of stuff is important or useful if you're gonna like build a vehicle, for instance, or these could be useful if we wanna raid a military bunker or outpost that has gun turrets guarding it. But we're not doing that right now. So and as you see, we've managed to discover a tiny little bit more. Nothing interesting though. But we'll continue exploring this way to find something more. And right now we're fairly well off actually. We got some cans of food and some bottles of water, even some bandages, and a roll mat, and an ability to make fire. And we're still wielding our clown shoes. We'll probably change that because I don't think that's gonna be very useful if we get into a fight. So you know what? We're gonna just... I think we'll just drop them. We'll just toss the shoes here along with our clown suit, and we've now removed all traces of our clowny background. We would like some shoes though. We'll see about that next time.